Now, this week we have a very interesting guest with some very interesting new information about what's really been going on behind the scenes in Congress on the issue of UAPs. I have two words to say to you, viewers: Immaculate Constellation. So, Michael Schellenberger is a professor, author, and journalist who's been very outspoken on issues such as free speech, censorship, homelessness, and the environment. Most recently, he's been warning of the dangers of the encroaching threat of censorship by governments, media companies, and NGOs. But it was Michael's sources on the subject of UAPs, UFOs, that first caught our attention in September last year, when he published a story revealing 30 whistleblowers working for the federal government or government contractors had come forward to give evidence or protected disclosures to the Office of the Intelligence Community Inspector General, or the DoD's Inspector General, the Defence Inspector General, or to Congress. And in that article, he disclosed how testimony included both first and second-hand accounts of crash retrievals of UAP craft, reverse engineering programs by the US, the Russians, and the Chinese government, and the testing of materials obtained from retrieved craft, active and ongoing government disinformation operations, kinetic military action with UAPs, contact and collaboration with non-human intelligences, and the successful reverse engineering of a triangle-shaped craft with unconventional propulsion.
Oh shit! You know what? I just think about where you should
Now, it was Michael who had interviews with some of those anonymous whistleblowers back in September 23, and his story was full of truth bombs. How Stephanie O'Sullivan, for example, a former Associate Deputy Director of the CIA and Principal Deputy Director of National Intelligence in the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, is aware of a UAP crash retrieval program and reverse engineering program. And Michael's sources said she'd denied its existence to Senator Marco Rubio in a private meeting. Well, he's back. Michael, welcome to Reality Check, and I'm honoured to have you on, sir. Let's talk about this great article you've got this week, which is Pentagon is illegally hiding secret UFO programs from Congress, sources allege. Tell me more, sir.
Hey, great to be with you, Ross. Yeah, this is an incredible story. So a new whistleblower has come forward with a written report that this person has shared with some members of Congress and with me, and the report is quite extraordinary. It says that there is an unacknowledged special access program called Immaculate Constellation, which is the parent program, is the language used for exactly what you said: UAP, crash retrieval, reverse engineering, and apparently a very large database of high quality photographs, videos, infrared videos, apparently much more sophisticated documentation of many more UAP encounters than have been released. And so the article is really about the allegation that this program exists and that it has been withheld from Congress illegally. I think it's important for viewers to understand that the first article of the United States Constitution requires congressional oversight of all of the activities of the executive branch of the United States government. So whether or not you think there are extra terrestrials or non-human intelligence or anything, even if you think that all of this is just some sort of advanced craft, the allegation here by a new whistleblower verified by other sources in a position to know is that the Defense Department has kept secret this information from Congress, which is a violation of the Constitution and illegal. So I think that what we're looking at here is really a story about the abuse of power, including in potential disinformation from the Pentagon, just as much as it is this other question of what exactly are people seeing in UAP.
Now, Michael, I can tell you there's a lot in your article that doesn't come as a surprise to me. I just haven't been able to corroborate with my sources what you've been able to find out about certain code names and what you know about the contents of that program. But what I can tell you is the reference made by your source to the fact that there is a database that's being kept separate, which was discovered. I am told that what the Admiral Tom Wilson memo written by Dr. Eric Davis says is correct, that inside the office of the Undersecretary for Defence Intelligence, there was, and I'm told still is, a completely separate database that you would understand and your source would understand goes by the name Immaculate Constellation. And it's interesting to hear from you so many years later that what Admiral Thomas Wilson stumbled across, and I have to add consistently now denies, is now being proven to be the case, that there was a completely separate database that was locked off from the rest of the Defence Department computer system, which would explain, by the way, why Edward Snowden, when he did his sleuthing, couldn't find anything about it. There is a completely separate database which is kept completely airlocked from the rest of the Defence Department that contains all of this information relating to the UAP program. So let's go through this. I'm really interested to know more. Your understanding is that Immaculate Constellation consists of the capability to detect, quarantine, and transfer UAP and alien reproduction vehicle collection incidents before they are observed and circulated within the military intelligence enterprise, thus serving as a means of enforcing internal information security. High-quality imagery, IMINT, and measurement and signature intelligence, MASINT, of UAPs, and the sources of this intelligence are a blend of directed and incidental collection capabilities positioned in low Earth orbit, the upper atmosphere, as well as military and civilian aviation altitudes and maritime environments.